back and have a look, girl with no money. I haven't decorated it yet. Sylvania. So buttercream will not come together if there's the tiniest bit of fat in your mixing bowl. The egg whites will not. We're making buttercream, Italian Meringue Buttercream, which is the top of the line. So you need to wipe out your bowl with some lemon juice or some vinegar, even if the bowl looks clean as a whip. Speaking of whip, call this a whip. So I'm wiping it down because if there's one little bit of fat, then the egg whites will not come together properly. So we wipe it down. Put the mixing bowl on there. This is a big, you should make a dog-friendly cake. I have done. Go back and look at my last post. I just made a dog-friendly cake. Yesterday. Oh, hang on, I need to measure. Now, I need 1 cup of egg whites. 1 cup. I buy them in the container so I don't end up with a whole lot of egg yolks. Is it nice living in Vancouver? It is nice living in Vancouver. It's a big change from me from Toronto, but I like it. I don't know why it is. You can never open these darn things. Don't do as I'm doing. It's not really a good practice, but I can't get the end open. Decent little hole to get my finger in. Today's your birthday. Happy birthday, Mar Bear. Happy birthday. Do I live in a mansion? No, I do not. Happy birthday. If I could sing with any kind of voice, I'd sing to you. Not really enough in there, but to do more. Yeah, everybody say happy birthday. Egg whites in a carton. I know, isn't that cool? So we're doing 8 ounces or 1 cup. And these are going in the mixer. And it's got the whisk on there, right? It's got the whisk. Do not use the paddle. That's a no-no. Because we're gonna whisk up these, eggs. Now, I have a set of scales and I put it on, make it a 0, and then I put my saucepan on there. That's actually weighing the saucepan, but now I'm going to press the 0 and it's going to take it down to a 0 again. So in here, I want 500 grams of sugar, plain white granulated sugar like you put in your coffee. There's exactly 500 grams in there. Hang on while I get rid of the rest of this. And now I need 3/4 of a cup of water. Let me get the water. Pour the water in with the sugar. The Gordon Ramsay cake. User 117832, whatever. We're making buttercream, Italian Meringue Buttercream. So I'm just going to give that a little tiny stir, just to mix that water in with the sugar. You do need a candy thermometer, And we're going to cook this until it comes up to 248 degrees. Oh yes, you have to have water in there for this recipe. So it's going up to 248 degrees. Now, in theory, the length of time it takes for me to bring that temperature up to 248 is about the same length of time as it's going to take to whip these egg whites exactly how we want them. So you do the two together. Now I usually just let that start to warm up first, and then I'll start mixing the egg whites. And when I do that, I'll move you over to the counter so it's not quite so noisy. I had to look at all those pictures up there because there's 48 of you up there. Two birds with one stone. Yes, pretty much. It's kind of nice because oh, there we are. Oh, hey, hi Janice. This is a fooled you. I wasn't going to do this, but then I decided I might as well demo how to make the buttercream because I get so many requests for it. My 7-year-old baked banana bread by herself. Oh, I already am proud. If she can bake by herself and she's 7, that's awesome. I've been putting egg whites and sugar to warm up. Maybe you're making Swiss meringue. I'm making Italian meringue. That's what the difference is. This is Italian. It's about 10:30, quarter to 11, somewhere around there. No, I've never made a Harry Potter cake. So let's just see if this is a little gentle stir because I don't want the granular, the grains of the sugar stuck up on the side. Thank you for following me. You weren't paying attention? I'm sure you were. All right, let me move us over here to chat while this whisks away. Excited to see the recipe. Gonna make it for Valentine's. Okay, so the recipe is actually, as you know, it's written further down on my website. It's also on my Tasty Entertaining blog. Definitely the Italian meringue is my favorite. It really doesn't taste a lot different than Swiss, but this is the reason I like it. If you make Swiss meringue, you have to stand over that pot and make sure you don't cook the egg whites. So you don't have to worry about that with Italian meringue. It's just going to go cook on its own. So I'm just going to turn the mixer on. As per all meringues, you just break up the egg whites first, and then I'll turn it on to high. Thanks for joining, guys. Cupcake baker joined. You're in the right spot. Hi, Jules. Hello. Nice to see you guys. This afternoon is going to be the more fun one. That's when we're going to do the cake takeover at 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Then you guys get to tell me how to decorate the cake. But we needed buttercream to do that, so I thought I might as well do the buttercream on here while I don't have any Valentine's cakes to make, but I've got dozens of cupcakes, and I think that's because of COVID, so people feel better about handing out cupcakes than they do. Do you stream on YouTube? I actually post some of these on YouTube when they're done. Janice, yes. It's a bit laborious, though, I have to say, and so is the Swiss. Let's just turn that up now. So the sugar and water, cupcake batter, yeah, okay, the recipe Cupcake Baker is on my feed. I don't know, talking on here always makes me cough. It's 500 grams of sugar and 3/4 of a cup of water, and it's boiling away. It's going to go up to 248 degrees. Meanwhile, I have a full cup of egg whites whipping in the KitchenAid. Hey, Sophia. A stand mixer's on your birthday. Ooh. Yeah, well, you would be happier to have a stand mixer with any of this, that's for sure. Funny, we're making Italian Meringue Buttercream. Hey, Kira. When are you doing buttercream? Right now. Have to try that. My daughter says I cheat when I use a stand mixer. No, it's not cheating. You tell her and then she's got to mix it. She can be your stand mixer. Let me have a look, see what's going on. Okay, the sugar is at 220 degrees right now, and the egg whites are almost whipped. So I turned them down just a little bit so they will end up at the same time. Jonas, hi. Hannah, hi. Thank you guys for following me. She will understand if you hand her the mixer. Hannah, we're making Italian Meringue Buttercream. Macy, hello. Amy Hudson joined. Hi, Amy. Welcome. We're making buttercream. Sugar and sweet. Hi. So I'm making the buttercream because this afternoon we're going to do the cake, TikTokers cake takeover, where you tell me how to decorate the cake. And I'm going to decorate it based on your collective responses. It's always fun. We have a good time doing that one. Could you please save this live? Yeah, I save all of them and I post them on YouTube. Do you put the recipe on your account too? Yes, the recipe is actually further down under secret recipe, but it's not a secret. And it's also on my blog at tastyentertaining.com. Let me look. It's at 2:30. Don't need any moderators yet because there's only 44 people on here, but maybe this afternoon we'll see what happens. Tasty Entertaining. My YouTube is Tasty Entertaining. Actually, I just put up the new beacon list on the back end of my site, or at the top of the site. If you click on it, it'll take you right to my YouTube. Let me know if it doesn't work, because I only did it yesterday. Actually, if you guys want to test any of those for me, just see that the links actually click. That would be great. Money Savage joined. Hi. Do you ever get flustered? Yeah, sometimes. Not often. Hi from Australia. 6 a.m. Love watching your lives. Thank you. No, this afternoon we can't do tie-dye because it's a Valentine's takeover. But that's a great idea. We'll have to keep that in the back of our minds for another day. Let me check the thermometer. Hang on. 2:30. I want to flip this around and show you what the stuff is looking like. So that's what the I'll stop this for a second. See, that's all airy. It's actually whipped. And this is what this looks like. And the thermometer is, what's that, 230? 220, 230? We're at 230. We got to go to 248. I'll flip that around. Oops, I did it twice. How do you keep the leftover of the cream? Hi, Jade. The buttercream. Oh, I gotta turn that mixer back on. This is how I keep the leftover, like that. And what I'm gonna do is, when this buttercream is done, I'm gonna put this in the new buttercream and whip it together to freshen this up. Just to get the air out of it. 240. So I'm going to turn this around so you can see how I do this. Now this buttercream, this sugar is extremely, let me say there, it's extremely dangerous. It's very hot. And if you get any of this on your fingers, you won't forget it. So I like doing, that's a Tupperware. That one is a Tupperware, it's an original Tupperware bowl. So what I do is I put a measuring cup in my sink. I get my oven mitts. Turn the stove off. And with my oven mitts, I take this out, put it in the sink. Now you could pour this right into your mixer from this, but I find it too dangerous. So I don't. Very, very sticky, so I immediately pour water on there. I come back over here. And I turn this on slowly. And I pour this right down the edge. You do not want it just in a stream. Yeah, okay. Do you ever get that sugar on your fingers? I have, and that's why I do it that way now. I never get it on me anymore because once you've burned yourself with it, you'll never do it again. I have 2 KitchenAids. Yeah, it's really, really hot. So that's how I do it. So now that's going to mix slowly, and it will probably mix for a half an hour. The measurements, okay, we're going to go through the measurements for Cupcake Baker, so hang on while I answer her. 500 grams of white granulated sugar. You put that in the pot with 3/4 of a cup of water. 1 cup of egg whites. And 2 pounds of butter. Oh, Tristan, thank you. Oh, I'm so relieved. I really fought with that, trying to get those links to work. That's great. Let me turn the tap off. It's running in those. So I guess this is the part where we just, oh, that's where we can just chat, because that's going to have to mix for a little bit. You love the videos, you need a mixer. Well, I love the KitchenAid, but you don't have to have that expensive, but I do think that you definitely need a stand mixer. You're welcome, cupcake baker. The Potterhead, hello. Hi, Abby. Little Richard's back. How does it work with the moderator? Oh, moderator, if I get trolls are on here or people who are not being very nice for one reason or another, the moderator mutes them. Syrian, is that what that is? Syrian Cooper? Syrian, hi. Isabel, his wife's pride. I get him. Yes, Janice gets him. Until Janice tells me not to. She's my permanent moderator. Hi, Kathleen. Thank you guys for joining me. So if you have questions, now's a really good time. Do you choose them every live again? No, I choose them. Carrie Ann. Ah! Of course, that makes total sense. Hi, Carrie Ann. Sorry for screwing that up. Kathleen, hi. Yes, you're hired. It's too bad about your pay, though. That kind of sucks. Mixer, I like my KitchenAid. Do you keep the buttercream in the freezer? No, you can, but I use it up, so I don't ever have to. But if you put it in the freezer or in the fridge, you have to let it come to room temperature and then you have to re-whip it. But it's fine on the counter for a couple of weeks because it's so much butter. Do you post the recipe from today? It's on my link. Go up to my Tasty Entertaining there, go to my website and you'll find it under my blog. Potterhead, we are making buttercream right now. This afternoon, I'm going to do my cake, TikTokers Cake Takeover, say that 3 times, where you guys jointly decide how I'm going to decorate the cake. Are there different kinds? I don't think there's different kinds, there's just different sizes. So I have a 5 quart, I think it's 5 or 5.5, and I have a 7 quart. But I think the 4 or the 4.5 are probably the more popular, and they have the tilt head. My head raises up and down, and the other one's tilt. The tilt might be a little easier to work with. Emma, thank you for following me. You can be moderator one day, but we don't need it right now. There's only 40 people on here. I use the 7 more, Janice, because I'm making so much. The 7 is also a commercial motor in it, so it takes a lot more abuse. The amount of times I use it, like it's on hours every day. Kimmy Joy, we're making buttercream for our cake takeover that we're going to do at 1 o'clock this afternoon. So this is just going to keep whisking until I can put my hand on the bottom of that bowl and it just feels like room temperature. So right now it's pretty hot. It's pretty hot right now. Yeah, so the fun time is going to be this afternoon if you are interested. You've been doing your research and seeing as you've been baking more. Still need to make my TikTok. So you've got your... So are any of you guys on Instagram? Because I saw today that you can no longer, or you're not going to be able to move your TikToks over to your stories on your Instagram. They're putting a stop to that. I think there's kind of a war going on. I bake too. I'm sure your stuff is great, Sophie. Sophia. Amber. Hi. Hi, Jenna. Thanks for joining. I don't know how much fun we are right now because we're just making buttercream, but this afternoon, come back. Hey, Powderhead. Push it up. Yeah, if you're around this afternoon, join us then because that's when we have some fun. It's not just work then. This is sort of work. I'm still practicing too, Sophia. Fidget Puppet joined. Stacy, hi. Thank you guys for following me. So have you got some ideas? Are you coming back this afternoon? Have you got some ideas as to how we're going to make the cake? I've got all of these. Oh, you know what? I can show you. We've got, it's 8 o'clock there. What time is it there now? It's 11 here, 11 a.m. Okay, so these are what we made. Oh, look at that, it's stuck together. I didn't notice. Nice and crunchy and dry in the middle. That's what, I don't use fondant unless I have to. So these do get a flat side because you have to lay them down. But now, this is like plain sugar. Swirl it around in your coffee or whatever. But we can also shove these in the cake if we want to use them. So I've got lots of them here from what we did. The fun one. These are meringues. So we did them on my live yesterday. So we've got pretty little hearts that we can do. We can put on the cake. Just giving you some ideas. These can go on the cake. Yeah, they are really good. They're quite yummy. And with that leftover, I just did little. Oh, they're really good. That's a really good recipe. You've been on every live, Courtney, since the Mario cake? I don't need gloves. This is my cake for me. Everybody always asks me that. Besides that, I don't wear gloves because if you take the food safe course or whatever it's called where you are, you will, oh, hi, Janet. You will see that it's more hygienic just to keep washing your hands than it is to wear gloves for these. People wear gloves when it's in the public eye because people get fed up with complaining about it, but it's actually more hygienic just to keep washing your hands. I'm out and not getting the best reception. Well, don't worry about it. This afternoon's going to be the fun one because that's when I'm going to do the takeover. Thanks for sharing the live, guys. You're right, it does feel wrong. I'm food safe trained, so I know what I'm allowed to do. You love watching? Oh, thank you. Hey, Donna. Welcome. Yeah, just keep washing your hands. Kristen, thank you for sharing the live. Hi, Holly. Holly Ford is in the house. Yeah, so these were fun to make, and I think that they might be really fun to put in the cake. I do have a video on how to make these. There's one a couple of days ago that I posted, not in its entirety, but it will be up on YouTube, and my recipe for them is on my blog. So go up to that Tasty Entertaining and hit the link that says Tasty Entertaining, and the recipe is on there. So I actually baked these at 200 degrees for an hour, and then I turned the oven off. Hi, Molly. And I just left them in the oven until they were dry. And you'll know when they're done because they peel off of the parchment paper really easily. Did the straws melt? You know the funny thing? I took one off the tray and ate it. I'm guessing it didn't because I only did the one straw. Sophia, my name's Anita. Oh, the YouTube name, Tasty Entertaining. That must have been the one I ate because there's no straw in here. But I guess it didn't melt because I would have noticed. Sophia, just go to my link up at the top, underneath my name on my profile, and you'll see that Beacons link. And then go down to Tasty Entertaining and click it, and it'll take you right to my website. Then you need to find the blog. Mel, hi. Hi from Ohio. No, these aren't on straws, but we tried a straw because I didn't have enough of these, and I guess they worked because it's only 200 degrees, so. But yes, I piped them. You can see the video of me piping them. I think I posted it yesterday. So if you go to my main feed. So for anybody who's new on here, what we're doing right now is we're making buttercream, which is kind of boring. But we're making buttercream because we're going to go live at 1 o'clock this afternoon and do a cake. What equipment do I use? Brittany, for what? For my meringue stir sticks? You just need to make the dry meringue. It's 20 degrees here. I think it's cold. We're in a cold spell, and it's 5 Celsius. I'm not sure what that is in Fahrenheit anymore. Hi from South Africa, yay. Yeah, so just go have a look at that past recipe. Let me just feel the bottom of this pan. Yes, today is the Valentine's cake takeover. I'm going to flip you around again. Maybe. There we are. I'll show you where we are over here right now. So let's get a this is I can't see that, that's in the way. There we are. Hi, Paige. Oh, it's 1 minus 1. Oh, it's colder than I thought. So this is where we are right now. It's getting stiff, but not overly. I'm just going to give the sides a scrape down. And bring it back up, because when I touch this, it's still warm. Hi, Lucy Nuggets. So we'll turn it back on. Lift you back. So we have to wait a little bit longer still. I shouldn't be sitting here with this pile of these that I can just sit and eat. They're so good. I've tried lots of meringues in my time, and that recipe with the KitchenAid whipping stuff, it takes so long. Yeah, it takes a long time. The weather definitely matters when you're making meringues, but this recipe is probably one of the best I have for not affecting it. Hi, Larry. So I don't know if you all knew this. I didn't know this until recently, but do you know that if you click on my Tasty Entertaining 220, You can ask for notifications for when I go live. You follow you now everywhere. Hi, Nana. Hi. Rihanna, hi. How was your day? My day is good. How was your day? Got them on? Thank you. What are we making? Jason, right now it's not very exciting. We're making Italian Meringue Buttercream because at 1 o'clock this afternoon, Pacific Standard Time, I'm doing my TikTokers Cake Takeover, where you guys get to tell me how I should decorate the Valentine's cake. I added you here, YouTube and Instagram. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yes, if you subscribe to my YouTube, you'll find more stuff. I'm going to start working on that more and more now. It's taken me a little while to start to get educated on all of the platforms that I need. Thanks, Powderhead. When did I start making cakes? Making is different than decorating, so I'm going to answer from a decorating about 8 years ago. A lot of sugar-free cakes and cupcakes as I'm type 1 diabetic. Oh yeah, that's tough. You've had your notifications on for me and it never tells me? Oh, I'm going to have to tell you personally. Rihanna, thank you. You guys actually make my day too, especially right now with COVID, having you guys drop in while I'm doing this. Zanata, hi. Mango, hi. It's sad I won't join. Oh, this afternoon? Yeah, it's fun times. We really like doing it together. The cake is made. It's a vanilla cake. I always do vanilla when we're doing these because it's just easier. It's faster. Courtney, right now we're making buttercream to use in my live this afternoon. Thanks for following me, guys. Let me feel this, see how it's doing. Okay, it's cool enough. My favorite Netflix movie. Oh, I don't know, I'm a big Netflix. I like so many. This is the part I hate. I'll show you. Drives me nuts, but there's no way around it. We have to switch paddles. So I have to, see, that's what that looks like now. Pretty good, right? But we have to get this off. Do you want to lick the batter? The whip? Oh. I don't know why I'm gaining weight. Check your notifications on your phone for TikTok. All right. So, you see there's a nice stiff batter. And this is cool to the touch. And this is, yes, it's nice and shiny. But you'll be amazed at what happens to this. And this is where most people go wrong. Put it back in. It looks silky and smooth. I haven't done it with that because I've not needed to, but maybe. So now we switch to the paddle. And the reason we switch is because we don't want a lot of air because it puts bubbles in your buttercream. little air bubbles, and we don't want air bubbles. Now I have 2 whole pounds of butter. Writing with Lefty, hi. Oh, you tried the buttercream, Rihanna? Thank you. So we're going to put 1 pound of this butter is salted, and this is just my preference. 1 pound is salted and 1 pound is unsalted. Yeah, there's so much mess to clean up. This live should be worth 2,000 people watching. When you come back this afternoon, if you get to, you'll find there's a lot more people on it when we're making the cake. This is just a bit boring right now. But thank you for liking it. Always been runny, and yours was amazing. Tristan, thank you. Thank you, Rihanna. You just have to have faith, because this will be runny too, but then it'll come together. So I just keep throwing it in. When I do that, it's like toaster faced. You'll see, if you ever look at these online, you'll see people cut these into nice, your mouth is watering. Oh, hi. Hi, Melanie. You'll see people cut these into nice even little squares, and they make it look all very professional. I've made so much of it, I know it doesn't matter. The cake this afternoon is just going to be a vanilla cake, because it's my favorite and it's easy to make. Oh. I'm not the cleanest baker. Hey, you missed what ingredients did you start with? 500 grams of granulated sugar, 3/4 of a cup of water, 1 cup of egg whites, and 2 pounds of butter, 1 which is salted and 1 which is unsalted. Like so. So I let that mix. So this afternoon, and it's going to be, oh yeah, you can ask a question. What's up? Yeah, I'm going to be using most of the icing, that's for sure. What's the question? Nor? Hi, Natalie. Thanks for joining. So this afternoon, it's going to be a Valentine's themed cake that you're taking over. Why do my piped rosettes falling off my crumb coat? Is your crumb coat refrigerated? They shouldn't fall off. Are you piping them directly on? It's refrigerated. I'm sorry, I don't know the answer to that. They shouldn't fall off. Now, let me flip you around again. I want you to see what's going on in here, so that if this happens to you, you know that it's the right thing. You see, it's collapsed. It's starting to look a bit like soup. And now I have buttercream all over. And now I have buttercream all over my iPad. Oh, I do that all the time. Then I wonder why my kitchen's a mess. Nora, yeah, go ahead, ask a question. What time is it? It is 20 after 11. I'm happy to see you too, in the little tiny circle. Hi, Jojo. Welcome. Sway Stories. What I'm doing is I'm making Italian meringue buttercream because we're going to do a live Valentine's cake at 1 o'clock this afternoon. No, I don't ship. Sorry, I don't ship. Now I'll stop this again and show you. It kind of looks like cottage cheese. Tap, tap, tap on the screen. I made the buttercream and when it's frozen hard, when I melt it. Let it come to room temperature. And then you're going to want to whip it again. Okay, so this is what this looks like now. Oh, thank you, fire. Look at that, we're on fire. Oh, thank you, Melanie. So you see, it's hard for me to show you. Remember what that pretty, shiny meringue we had, the egg meringue was? Now look what we've got. So that's when a lot of people text me and they say, oh my gosh, I don't know what I did wrong. Gonna move us back over here. You're not stuck with the noise. And you actually didn't do anything. You put the room temperature, it melts. But do you re-whip it when you put it at room temperature? Because buttercream, now I have to ask, I don't know what kind of buttercream you're talking about because there's tons of different kinds. But usually if the buttercream doesn't come together, it's a temperature issue. It's either too cold or it's too hot. So you really need to whip it until it comes to the right temperature. So now I have to let that whip until it comes together. I'll show you in a few minutes. Okay, so it's American buttercream. And did you use butter or did you use shortening in it? Bye, Pothead. Potterhead. Thanks for coming by. I appreciate it. Thank you. Hi, Ashley. Welcome. So did you guys see these? You used butter. Okay, good. So I'm thinking maybe your butter's split. Molly, do I need a moderator for later? I won't know the answer to that, honey, until we see how many people are on. Did you see us make these yesterday? These meringue sticks? As a tribute for the craving? I'm gonna buy a cake as a tribute. I'll send you one through the internet. Yeah. So they're really tasty. Yes, and we've got some, so this afternoon we can put some of these on the cake. Hey, how are you? Yes, they kept their shape really well. Here's the little hearts. So we can put those on. We've got some of these. different shapes. They do have a flat side and there's no getting around it. Somebody texted me and said, why don't I stand them up? But I can't stand them up in the oven. I'm having a great day, thanks. So they just have to be, you just have to put up with the fact that they've got a flat side, but I'm okay with that. No, it doesn't taste anything like marshmallow. It tastes like light, airy sugar. Hey, Lexi. Oh, Lex more. Thank you guys for hanging with me with this. This afternoon at 1 o'clock, we're going to be doing the TikTokers Cake Takeover, where you guys can come to consensus and decide how I'm going to make, or what I'm going to make the cake look like. The swirls, you mean the ones, these ones? Those ones? Chocolate cake, coffee the weekend. I'm baking a chocolate cake and coffee cake this weekend. Oh, put coffee in your chocolate cake. That's a good tip. We've got different shapes that we did. They all stayed fairly pinky red. They didn't go really dark, but they are tasty. The meringue buttercream is what you can hear in the background. It's almost ready. What's the time where you are now? In the UK, you need to work it out. Okay, it is 11:30 to all intents and purposes. Red velvet cake is chocolate cake with red dye. Yeah, pretty much. The swirls are your favorite. Hey, Tippy Winkers. What have you done to it? I've done everything to it now. We're just waiting until the end. Yes, the buttercream is the one that I use in all my cakes. Let me see what's going on over here. Oh, this is worth me showing you. This is what it looks like now. 10:30 in the UK for the cake takeover. Okay. 9 p.m. time for the live. So you see, here's the color it was. Now there's the color it is. And look at what it looks like now. Not very appetizing at all. Hey, George. So you see, it really changes. And you can see why people think that maybe they've made a mistake, because they don't realize how long they have to whip it. I know, Janice. So you wait. You let it whip up again. Looks like cheese, yeah. Sort of like cottage cheese, right? Hi, Lucy. So you can see, I mean, it's probably been an hour. Well, it has been an hour. It pretty much takes an hour to make. Thank you, Molly. That's exactly right. I should use that phrase, trust the process. I might steal that from you one day. Hi, Helena. You can see why it's Italian meringue buttercream cakes cost more. Like just the labor itself. Hey, Brandon. Alexander, we're doing buttercream right this second. It's a necessary evil because this afternoon at 1 o'clock, I'm doing my cake, TikTokers Cake Takeover. Hi, Corey. That's where you guys get to collectively decide how I'm going to decorate the cake. And that's at 1 o'clock. Hi, cool, very cool. Sorry to see you go. You're a makeup artist, and it's the same thing. Trust the process. Ah. Crazy redneck. Mine looks like cheese. Yes, exactly. I've had lots of people say, oh, no, it didn't come together. Will you be live when you're doing your takeover? Yeah, live at 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. That's the fun part, Abby. You guys get to tell me how to do it. We can do stripes. It's a Valentine's cake though. And we can do stripes on it. We can do some piping techniques on it. We can do florals on it. We can make, we can use all of these things that I made yesterday on it, along with the little meringue hearts. Janice, the purple and pink and the red icing. You guys are going to have to decide that together. Yvette, it's 11:30. Almost, there's a, why is there a, look at that, can you, oh, it looks like there's a white space on my clock. I don't know why that is. Yes, I will go off live once this buttercream comes together. Oh, you found the egg video. Yeah, well, the reason I posted that was because I noticed on my Facebook group that somebody left a dozen eggs out overnight, and so they threw them out. In actual fact, they probably would have been fine overnight, but 2 hours is really the length of time that is 100% safe. Hey, dog training. Baz from London. Hey. Cookie lover, you love my vids? Thank you. Yes, I'm very well. And my little dog is very well too, thank you. And so well trained, I might add. I take no nonsense from my puppy. Although she does have one or two things that need a little bit of correction. Maybe an Oreo on top of some sort of biscuit. Won't be an Oreo because I don't have any. But we'll, thanks, I love your vids. Melanie, thank you. Kind of you. Hi, Anne-Marie. So any of you that have followed me or shared this video while we've been chatting today and I missed it, please know that I really appreciate it. Thank you. Ruby is a golden doodle. Have you seen her? Or have you seen my post? This is my favorite hat. I wear it pretty much in all my baking. I bought it in Panama 2 years ago. I want to go back and get more. I love your tip tops. Hi, Helena. Thank you for sharing. George, you're sweet. Thank you. I can tell through experience that this buttercream is starting to come together. Let me just look. Yeah, it won't be long. I can hear the difference. It starts going sort of like wop, wop, wop. Yeah, these are my favorite earrings. I wear them all the time. She's gone? Who's gone? You sent 390 likes? Oh my goodness, your finger must be sore. Hi, Dookie. So you can be thinking about how we're going to decorate the cake this afternoon. Now, this afternoon, if this is anything like any other Wednesday afternoon when I do this, there's lots and lots, oh no, I don't leave. There's lots and lots of people on. So get your ideas together, and then what happens is my moderators, they collectively tally up what the consensus is. Hi Anita, what are you planning to show today? I'm not showing anything. You guys are going to tell me how to decorate the cake, a Valentine's cake. So put your thinking caps on what a Valentine's cake might look like to you. Because what I'm doing right now is I'm making the buttercream for it. So we've got lots of buttercream this afternoon. How long should you leave the cake to cool before adding the buttercream? I make my cakes a day or two before and freeze them. And I put the buttercream right on the frozen cake. Pink? Yeah, maybe. 267 likes, woohoo! Maybe pink and red. Hi, Emily. Hey, Kit Kat. Hi, there's Lisa. Welcome. Red hearts, yes, maybe some hearts. You could think about lips, maybe some lips, maybe some X's and O's. What else is good for Halloween, for Valentine's? What other things represent Valentine's other than just red hearts? Heart-shaped cake. Hi, Missy. Hi, Jess. Are you decorated? I'm not sure what that means. Pink and red X's and O's. Yeah, maybe. So the last time we did this, we had the cake takeover. We had close to 700 people deciding how to make it. Roses, yes. We had 700 people. There were a total of 22,000 people that came through the live. I'm not decorating it for anybody. I'm decorating it for you. Oh, mango, thank you. Conversation hearts. Yes, Kate, that's a good idea. Oh, I can hear the buttercream. You're tapping, are you? All right, I'm gonna flip you around and we're gonna look at the buttercream again. Yep. This is almost buttercream, look. See that? No, I pretty much always use buttercream. Now, if I had continued to use the whip, there would be lots of little air bubbles in that. That's why we switched to the paddle. Now, I will admit that I got a little lazy today because if you want this to be whiter, more white, you can whip the butter before you put it in, and then it whips the color of the butter out. But I was a bit lazy today, so we didn't do that. So now when it's at this consistency, I'm now going to add 2 full tablespoons of this. See, that says clear vanilla? We're going to add 2 full tablespoons. Why isn't this so white like the cream around the cake? It's not so white because of a couple of reasons. It's got 2 pounds of butter in it, right? Yes, you can add a tiny drop of purple to counteract it, or you can whip the butter beforehand, and that takes the color out, and then add it. So let me just put the vanilla in. So you're going to want to put 2 tablespoons. That's the big one, right? No, it's not possible to overmix the buttercream. Nope, it is not. Oh, thank you. You like my smile? 1, 2. Now that's going to whip for about another 3 or 4 minutes. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that extra buttercream that I had from the other day, and I'm just going to whip it in there so that we have lots of buttercream to work with. So that's how to make my buttercream. I will post this live on YouTube when I'm done, and then you can go get it there if you need to remember anything how to do it. But other than that, I'm now going to sign off because you now know how to do this, and then I'll look forward to seeing anybody who can come back. Hi, Phoebe. If you can come back at 1 o'clock. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Come back at 1 o'clock and we'll have some fun together. Thanks, Janice. And Janet, if you're still there, whoever's there, open my own cake shop. No, I don't want a cake shop. I love you too. I'll see you in an hour and a half or so. Bye for now.